a lot of amazing shows, including mine and the Serenities. Well, of the same call letters, KUAW, you can follow us as well. So, Serenity, what's up?
Yeah, what's up, trying to get this
What's up? Trying to get this
live feeds
yeah, trying to get
together.
these live pieces together. See, we live when we for real, like, okay, this is a community radio station, so you know
Right.
what it is, we doing it out the
Yeah,
kindness of our
we got some
hearts.
rearranging in the station as well.
Yes, yes, yes. So, anywho, um, today, what's going on today? We got a lot going on. I don't know. Like, I feel. How you feeling today?
I feel good.
I'm feeling like
I'm thinking about our guests.
I kind of am too, but we gonna. I want to ease into it a little bit. Want to ease into it a little bit, but my favorite group in the whole entire world, as of right now, is like a lot of favorite groups. Dropped a gem of an album. For those who do not know, the internet, not the interwebs, the internet. This group called the internet. If you don't know, you need to be in the know. My goodness, they are everything. They dropped a album
I'm probably
called
not as big as a fan of you, but I definitely am aware of it.
I Stand.
I know
I
a couple of
Stand.
tracks, and the ones that I have heard is dope. So
Yeah, if you are about that roller skating life, you might want to listen to Hive Mind. It will make you want to boogie. It'll make you want to put on your roller skates. And if you about that life with them black ones with the lights on it, I know who you are. On the outer edge, thinking y'all cute, doing that boogie and whatever, not doing that little couple stroll. I see y'all. I'm on my rentals. I'm on my rentals because I can't skate like that. But this album is everything, so please go cop that. It is available for streaming. But we're not gonna talk about that today. We're gonna talk about another album by another person that I really like as well, and also we're gonna talk about her other half as well. You know what? There are people that just you can be in love and everything. Then you see that cute couple, like, oh, they cute, but it's another thing to be like, y'all cute, but y'all out here doing real things. Like, it's like I hear a lot of people talk about hashtag power couple, hashtag relationship goals. Honestly, I could say seriously that these two might just fit the bill. I don't know. But we're gonna introduce them real quick. So, for those who can't see, like, lean in, girl, because ain't nobody gonna be able to see you on this face. Like, oh, lean this way.
yes,
Lean
on
this way.
over.
Bring yourself over because you're too cute to not be on. There you go, boo. There you go. In the cute little glasses, out here looking like a different world. We got Crystal in the building, and we got the wonderful rapper slash actor, Mr. Trey Cop in the building, otherwise Bobby C.
How y'all doing?
Yeah, yeah. So for those who don't know who they are, man, like, y'all been doing your thing for a little bit. Y'all young too. Y'all young. Y'all been doing your thing for a minute.
I don't feel that young.
It's like you don't feel that young, but I mean, look, y'all been doing your thing for a little bit of a minute. Like, I see y'all out here grinding the open mics, and all of a sudden, Crystal's dropping the Aqua Mother.
Boom.
Yeah, and it's like, for those who don't know, like, her album, the Aqua Mother, her EP just dropped. When did it drop? It dropped on Monday?
February 13th.
February 13th.
July 13th, on my mom's birthday.
Okay, so
last week, yeah.
okay,
last
let's
Friday.
say July 13th.
Yep.
Mama's birthday. Shout out to Mama.
Yeah.
And it is a beautiful offering produced by none other than Casey's own Duncan Barnett.
What?
Yeah.
And
Olathe zone.
well, we're gonna call Kansas City.
Oh wait,
Kansas
no, that's not Kansas City. That's Olathe.
Wow. See, okay.
You were corrected.
First of all, anyway, it's
So
all
let's make it clear.
relative because, see, since we are a global, we have to let it be known that Kansas City is a greater area. So yeah, shout out to Olathe, shout out to Wanda, shout out to
Hey,
Wanda.
Let's go.
I let it go, so, Johnson County.
Yeah.
Wanda
Very
County.
close.
Wanda doing some.
City,
Wanda doing
but
some
not-
great things.
But it's not Kansas City, Missouri,
Yeah.
though.
What in the Jackson County?
Yeah, it's gonna be known, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to South KC, Grandview, Ruskin, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, but we're gonna talk about that, and we're also gonna talk about Trey's latest offering as well, because he's actually in a project that's actually debuted last night at the Fringe Festival.
Yeah.
So he's
Yes.
so it's actually
I
like,
voted for you.
With the BET. Okay, yeah, thank you.
okay, so basically, what I want to first talk about for real though, because I mean, for those who are not fully aware, they are a married couple. They are parents as well. It was very, very precocious young man. That's the best way to put it. Look it up. I'm not gonna explain that Saturday. I'm not in school right now. But just balancing. And first of all, how did y'all meet? Let's talk about that. I like a good love story.
Oh
How'd
my
y'all
goodness.
meet?
Go ahead.
Well, we went to the same church growing up. We were kids, so
Like little itty bitties?
like 4 years old. We were
Y'all
children.
know each other since y'all was
5 years
4
old.
and
Yes.
5?
Met each other at
Like
GPT.
actively hanging out.
That's true.
Did she have the cooties?
No, she
Did
didn't.
he
She
have
was
was he
a,
nasty?
No,
she
we
was
were
one of
cool.
she was a homie. Like,
Yeah, we were
remember-
actually really cool, like friends.
I remember going to their house, like when I was little,
Mhm.
you know, playing with Nintendo. I remember
Okay.
stuff. I remember that.
So you
Like,
started as friends.
yes.
Oh, right. The
Yeah.
foundation.
Yeah, then we ended up going to the same high school as each other, went to the same summer camp and stuff. We was just
Yeah.
real cool friends.
Okay, so I have to, I mean, you don't have to go into too much detail, but like, how did we take a left into the L?
So I really liked to date girls and stuff. Like I liked girls a lot. And so, but me and her were just friends, but I was with this girl. And this girl was jealous of me and her friendship. She was
Ooh, it
jealous
was a
of
brown
me and her-
sugar, you was a Drake to her sin.
She was jealous. And she was like, why don't you just date her? And I take challenges. So it's like, that's what I do. I just,
So you
Yeah.
literally, so whoever this girl is, shout out to her. Because like you basically put a challenge before the man, and the man said, "I will go forth,"
I went. I
and here
did
we
that.
are. So shout out to
Yeah.
the anonymous challenger. Shout out to the anonymous Kiki.
Right.
You served your purpose in the universe. Thank you so much.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So,
but even before that, like 9th grade, I
Yeah, he
liked
liked
her,
me.
but I didn't say
He
nothing
told
to her.
one of my other friends, like one of our mutual friends, and then that friend was like, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea." And then he told,
Not that
instead of
bad.
telling me that Trey liked me, he just was like, "Oh yeah, I like you."
look, he dirty matched you. He dirty matched. That's terrible.
You
He
know?
dirty matched you.
That was not the move though.
Exactly.
Dirty
Not the
match is
move.
never cool.
Exactly. It's kind of suspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yes.
He
Kind of
acted-
suspect. Okay.
We was
shout-
friends though. That's how we.
That's really good. I really appreciate the fact that, like, because the first thing I noticed about y'all, see, I've known them for, like, you know, this is not just on the first meet. I've known them for a minute. And one of the first things I noticed is, like, yo, they are just, like, comfortable. It's not a forced situation. Like, y'all literally are mad comfortable with each other, like y'all been knowing each other since y'all been 4 or 5 years old. And that part I did not know. I knew that you guys knew each other from like church, but I didn't know you guys knew each other like since itty bitty bitty. Dang, the ABCs and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So my question to you is this. So who was it, were y'all always artists individually, or did you kind of did one inspire the other?
We were always artists, which is the oddest thing. But even in theater, like separately, like we did theater when we were kids, and then music. Separately, we did music when we were kids. I played the piano, taking lessons since I was 3. So like that was something that my parents were really adamant about.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always done music, but then like he's always done music on his own. So like in high school, when we would do musicals and stuff, like naturally we both auditioned for stuff because like that's what we like to do. And then we would like, of course, get roles. Like the
Of
same
course,
stuff. So,
Did you see the humble, like,
And of course,
we got roles.
no, not like that. Like,
No,
yeah,
I get you. I get you. But don't own it. Like, own the man
Yeah,
like it is.
no.
Like, you not gonna let us in? Who?
Well,
They
he's gonna
know
do
we are.
it.
She said naturally, like, it was so on its own.
Exactly. So also Trey, as far as one of the first thing I noticed, like when I met you, I knew you were a rapper.
Mhm.
So as far as rapping, because I know you did a little bit of rap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, did you help? Was there ever like a Papoose Remy situation?
I don't know
Like, as far
exactly.
as-
I don't know what their situation
I don't know what their
is.
situation
Well,
is.
so the rumor has it that Sheether might have been a little bit of a Papoose.
Oh no, I don't write for. I don't write for.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
he
like-
doesn't write
And that's
anything.
so-
I
that's
write
the
all my
industry
own stuff.
rumor that he
Yeah.
writes summer.
No,
first
I don't gotta
Do
write.
y'all ever like?
Crystal.
Do y'all ever bounce ideas off each other?
Yeah, all the
Yeah, all
time.
the time.
All the
Right.
time. We've been writing together for a long time.
Mhm.
Like I met her. I mean, like as far as music and stuff like that, she was doing poetry, like for herself. So she
Mhm.
wasn't performing anywhere. When we were in high school, it was like I don't know what grade we were in. I don't know, junior
We
year
might have
maybe.
been like 16.
I was like, yo, you should start performing your poetry before, because I had a group, GPC, me and my boy Kilo, it was Maestro at the time.
Shout out.
We were in a group called GPC, God's Perfect Creation. If you ask around, they'll tell you.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
I know what it is. I got cracked on my chest.
So yeah, we would have shows all the time. So I was like, yo, we need you to open up for us, and we need you to do that poem, because she was spit, yo. It was very impressive, especially at the time, her age, what she was talking about, her subject matter. It actually has not changed. Like the stuff she talked about on the album, like the woke stuff that she be on, the self-realization type of stuff. She's been on that since we were 16 years old. Wow. So her doing that, I was like, yo, you need to be saying stuff. So she would open up, and then she was like, I want to rap.
So is it fair to say that he kind of pushed you into this like realm of like, because I mean, it's one thing to do theater, do somebody else's work. So
Yeah.
they to kind of do your own.
Yeah, definitely. So like, I had started to do like my own stuff. I kind of dabbled in it when I did speech and debate in high school. So like I would make up stuff, like I did oratory, so I competed nationally in that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
Shout out to NFL.
Shout out to NFL,
Yeah.
National
Shout
Friends
out.
League.
Shout out to NFL. I know about that life.
Yeah.
She mixed poetry with
Yeah, I mixed poetry with oratory. So like, and I made it to nationals with that. So that was like the first time I actually performed my own stuff. But then yes, he was like, yo, you should do the poetry before we actually rap. And then he was like, you should rap. And it was this one time in my basement. We were maybe like 16, going on 17. And him and my little sister were down there. And I was like, okay, I gotta rap. What if I do it like this? And then I tried to rap, but I couldn't rap on beat. I didn't know how to do it.
Like,
so
if you seen the scene from Straight Outta Compton with Eazy-E.
Oh, yeah.
I really didn't know how to rap. Like if you ask my little sister today, like she was in the basement, she was like, "You suck."
You should not do it. Why are you even trying?
Oh wow!
Why are you trying? It's like, oh my, she was cracking up, and I was like, no, I'm gonna get it though, because I can do poetry. It can translate. I know it can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I had studied like a lot of Def Poetry Jam. Like I had spent a summer like just consuming it. Like, yo, I gotta do this. And then I remember like the next summer, like when I had started learning how to rap, I had consumed like all of like Pharrell's pieces of work, like Nerd. I was super into like Kanye, then Lupe had the Cool that came out, and I almost lost it. And so when I heard all of that, I heard my sound. Like I was like, I don't sound like a rapper. Like I knew that that whatever I had heard, I hadn't heard what sounded like me yet.
Right.
And so when I heard like it was really Lupe. When I heard him, like I was like, yo, I can do this. I can do it. So I spent a lot of time just like studying them, and I guess it worked out. Like
I think it's safe to say it worked out for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
So yeah.
Yeah, but we are going to go ahead. Speaking of your music, would we like to go ahead and go to break real quick and maybe play something from the Awkward Mother? And it is Mother. MUVA. Mother. Okay, so make sure again to go ahead and
Is there any specific
track that?
Yeah, we played Some People. That was the first single actually of the project.
Yeah, Some People is actually my genre like that. So I really like that. So we're gonna take a short break. We're gonna come back again with Crystal and Trey Kopp on Rue on the Radio. It's a Black love thing, you know what I mean?
And I want to give a shout out to our underwriter for this month.
Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and give him some shine real quick.
Hughes for Senate, that is District 8 in the Lee Summit and Blue Springs area. Make sure you check him out on social media. And of course, I'm not telling you to vote for him, but just vote in the upcoming.
Yeah, make sure. Don't boo, vote.
Yeah.
Barack Obama.
Y'all hear that, right? Okay. I want the issue back.
But yeah.
She sounds so airy. And I was like,
I was like, did you go to see what's happening? Yes. Okay, so I can't remember the girl that opened up the course.
Like I can hear it.
Raven Lene.
So I don't know if it's yeah, I can hear it. They couldn't hear it.
I love
So it
Raven
was like,
Lene.
I just went to the because I'm like this.
And they can hear you now.
Well, I was playing it from this one, but it was just
Yeah.
a track.
I said,
I had
But you can hear on the headphones?
I can hear it on my headphones. That's why I said I guess.
Becky.
Yeah, it was probably from a
She was actually
recording.
here
They couldn't
last year at Lady Hall.
They couldn't hear it for whatever reason.
I was like, there was only good
Before
concerts
that,
last
she
year.
was the same.
There
Interesting.
was so many great concerts last year because I missed on Taylor May, I missed on the Lane.
I'm missing her name.
But
They
I
were
was
the
like,
right
but I swear, I saw them in Atlanta, at one music fest. I was gonna say though, she really considered, you know, potentially doing because my friend, oh yeah, she lives down there.
Yeah, she was on my,
Yes,
on the boat.
right, so literally like, oh, she's wanna go and probably students that she goes to school in Georgia. But my God.
No,
like,
that's actually the plan.
yeah, because I felt like her vibe is so, she gets Taylor made the like Afro crowd or the rock fest crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, but I'm just like, I'm super proud. I'm super proud. Like, oh, I got no friends. I'm gonna say something. So this is kind of an outdated shirt, but I get the irony.
Gotta keep.
I gotta keep it.
I told her mine.
You better know your wife's lyrics. Shut up. Boy, yeah, she better know. You better know.
Be encouraged.
I love
Heard
that.
you saying all the words.
That's what's up. I love that. All right, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, but don't really. Our parents, they were actually pregnant at the church. So it was like,
It was written. I believe that. It was written. She said that your parents was pregnant at the same time as y'all. I said,
because our birthdays are only a month apart.
it was written. Shut it up. Shut it up.
And she, uh,
I'm dead serious. I believe that because I mean, we okay?
I got 30 seconds.
Okay. It was about that, like, man, like, I think that there are things that, like, universities just like, can't, that's divine. That's divine.
Bye.
And we are back again. It is Drew on the radio on KUAW 98.5 FM, KC's Global Community Radio Station. And you just heard Crystal's newest offering, The Awkward Mother. That is Some People. You just listened in. That was a beautiful song. That is one of my favorites personally. But you can go ahead and cop that. Cop that. You can go ahead and cop that on your local, on all streaming services available on all
Yes.
streaming services. Correct. Are there any physical copies of
They are
it?
coming in.
Okay. Are they just vinyl? Maybe?
You know what?
Oh, that was
That is the plan.
You were.
Yes.
Right.
Shout out to vinyls. So we're gonna get some vinyls available as well. So again, we'll go ahead and make sure you get that information about the shows in, to where you can go ahead and get that information once that happens. But again, we are back in the studio with Crystal and Trey Kopp, married couple extraordinaire. I would like to call them a power couple. They probably would say you're crazy, but I am, so I can say that. Anyway, so when we were talking off air about this, but just really let you, for those who were like watching, you probably saw Trey on the feed, like rapping word for word his wife's lyrics and whatnot. And I thought that was so adorable.
I'm a fan.
You's a fan.
I'm a real fan.
So,
I'm not a husband, I'm a
That's awesome.
fan.
Right.
So,
So shout out to Chosen Mom. She's on the left.
Oh, yes.
Hey, shout out to
Yes.
Shura. What's up,
Yeah,
Baba?
she's a businesswoman in her own right. Definitely, she'll get you right with the skin and the lotions and all that
Oh,
good
yeah,
stuff.
she
And the
do it all.
live.
She'll get you right with the locks, everything too. Yep.
Look, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be honest, man. All of this work that me and Crystal have been able to do, it wouldn't be possible without our parents. I'm
In
gonna be
real life.
Shout out to the parents.
We
real
would not have
life.
been able to do like all of the stuff that we've been able to do is because they've really been helping us out, financially, with space to live sometimes, like watching the kids sometimes. Like we've had to put in a lot of work, but we wouldn't have been able to put in that work without them.
It kind of answers the question I was going to actually go into as far as like, it's a grind to be an artist. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It's not all the checks not always going to be steady.
Right.
So as far as like, being able to kind of like, I know that sometimes it happens in waves. You may be riding a wave, she may not be, and it may not be at the same time. So like, as far as balancing, and then also being parents too, and having to make sure that that baby comes first before anything else. Like, how do you guys handle your balancing as far as, I'm an artist, I'm a parent, but I'm also married. Like, how do you guys balance that?
So we understand like just our roles, and like we understand like the ways of things. And so when I know like if he's up and like you're producing a bunch of stuff and like that's your time, then like I do what I can to support that. So when he was putting out his album, Full Circle,
Yeah, shout out,
Yeah,
show.
full
Yes,
circle.
shout him out.
yeah,
Yes.
we do have physical copies of that if you guys want to consider that. But it was an awesome project, and that was produced by Kilo, and it was all from Wyandotte County. It was all from the heart. It's a good project. So when he was putting out that project, at the time I was just
And
in
I
school.
was 22.
And he was 22.
Young,
and
young
visionary.
lion, young king here.
Visionary
Yes.
in Wyandotte County at the time. Yeah, so we were doing a lot. And so at the time when we were doing that, like I just made sure that like whatever he needed, like ideas to bounce off of, like to listen to the music and see what like my thoughts were, lyric wise, whatever it was, money wise. Just make sure I did what I can to support that, because that was his time to like really give it a good push, and so we both pushed at the same time. And so then when it flipped, and then like I had Courage Magazine, like it was now like, okay, this is her time to like really push what she has. And so we've been able to just kind of feel it out. Like we don't feel in competition with each other, because we know if I win, then you win, and then if you win, then I win, and like that was the goal anyways.
Right.
To put each other on.
Yeah.
That's what's up, because I think that sometimes what ends up happening, everyone in this room is an artist. I mean, so the biggest, at least for me personally, my biggest concern always is that, I don't want to be with someone that's a fanboy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to be able to look at me as like, okay, when I step off the stage, I am, I'm still just
I can be me.
I can be me, and I can still be just a hot mess as anybody else.
Right.
And I'm not the image that I put up on stage all the time. And then two, I don't want you to feel like you're in competition, especially if you're another artist.
Yeah.
It's like, we all gonna eat, right? we all gonna
We
eat.
can if
We
you
can.
want that, but like
Right.
if you don't want to eat, then
Yeah,
not eat.
right. Because it's like, don't be trying to steal off my place, say, take my cornbread. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like,
But we
it's not
definitely, we don't do that. We've
That's
always had a
great.
healthy competition with each other. So like even in speech and debate, if we would be in the same category
Kind of
or
like pushing
whatever.
each other.
Yeah, it would just we would always raise the stakes for each other. So like, oh, you want to get first place? I can get first place. Like whoever first and second,
Trying to
and
make
then
each other
switch and
better.
swap. Yeah, so it's always like a push like that. And we don't get jealous of each other. I think that's a big thing. Like, there's no reason to get jealous of what he has going on. Like, I mean, like he's good. He's great. I want him to be great. So like, I'm supportive, and then like, doesn't have a reason to be jealous of me. He's like,
Well,
this is what I wanted. I wanted you to be great. Like,
Sometimes I've noticed in the male-female dynamic, sometimes that happens. Like, especially if
Especially if the
somebody's
woman
doing right,
is-
especially if the woman's
her
doing that.
trajectory is
Yeah.
going up,
Mhm.
and maybe
Right.
he's staying here, or maybe he's falling off.
Right.
Not to make the comparison, because I mean that's like, I don't want to put that on.
From
But,
a
like,
man's
yeah.
from a man's point of view, I'm not a typical, frail ego type of guy. Like I'm not.
Let's say it hyper masculine.
Yeah, I'm not
yeah.
that, at all.
Yeah.
And it has its perks, but it also has its, down parts. But in this relationship, it's helped a lot because I haven't tried to stop her shine. You know what I'm saying? I haven't tried to be like, I don't know, not like overtly. At least I ain't tried to sabotage her out in public. Now maybe behind closed doors, I done tried to sabotage a couple times.
Wait a minute, what?
Maybe behind closed doors. I was an alcoholic for a while, and I was
Yeah.
very overweight, and I was abusive too. So there were times behind closed doors when I was like, I feel like you're
Okay.
stopping me from being myself.
Wow.
You know, but it
Yeah.
was.
That's something I
okay.
did not know.
Yeah.
I mean, because I was gonna let you. just
Actually, I
kinda
think I remember some of the pictures.
Yeah,
Being
yeah.
heavier.
Yeah.
It was the thing.
yeah.
I was like,
For real.
I remember some of the pictures.
I like how you said that. You said, yeah, I
Maybe.
remember.
I'm like,
I remember you being a
But I
little.
mean, like,
You might have been.
No, I mean,
You
you
might have been a
know,
little heavier than you are
Yeah,
now. No,
I'm
girl.
trying to-
He was.
Yeah, wait,
It was a whole 100 pounds.
He was a whole hundred. He was a whole human heavier.
I don't know how much, you know.
You can walk it like you talk. I need you to walk that backwards, man.
Yeah, I'm like,
You
well,
come
like,
back.
no.
The
Thank you.
opinions of
Something I
Serenity
noticed.
are do not reflect the opinions
Right.
of
I
you
like
on the
how you
radio.
said it.
Right.
You
Yeah,
was a little.
clean it up for me. Clean it up for me, sis.
Yes, we're gonna walk that backwards. We're gonna walk that back. I wouldn't say this.
Yeah.
The thing is, I was gonna say like I said, I've known Trey and Crystal for a while, and one of the things that I didn't want to like that you bring it up. I didn't want to bring it up on air without your permission. Just
Yeah.
kind of opened it up. Was
Yeah.
like was both of you went through this self improvement, if you will,
Metamorphosis.
a metamorphosis, if you will. Specifically you, Trey. I mean, because again, like without obviously, like for those who know you, it's been like really a very gradual, but also like wow, it's like now we're here, and I mean, what? So you kind of said it like basically what made you say I need to do better.
Crystal told me to go to counseling. Crystal told me to go to AA.
Let me get that mic for you. Real
Okay,
quick.
Crystal
Go
told me
ahead.
to-
Go ahead, tell what I told you.
Well,
Crystal told me to go to counseling. Crystal told me to go to AA. And I was like, what? Nobody need to go to no AA. I'm not an alcoholic. So I go to AA. I sit in the parking lot and drink alcohol and don't go inside. And I go, maybe I do got a problem. Maybe I should go inside. So I went inside. I started talking to a counselor. Started learning some coping skills, coping mechanisms. Started healing from past traumas. Understanding who I am, what I want. And getting back to that, I wanted to have my own identity. I didn't want to be identified as Crystal's husband. I didn't want to be identified as Courage's dad. I didn't want to be identified as a pastor or I didn't want to be identified as anything. I just wanted to be myself again, which I hadn't been able to do. After I got married, I felt like I was just a husband, and I jumped in that role. And because I'm an actor, like I jumped in.
Of the grandiose.
Yeah.
Like scale, like
So
I'm a thespian, and so I
okay.
took being a husband.
so you met so you met and acted your life.
Yes.
That's mad
In
crazy.
real life.
It is
in real
crazy
life. Like
because-
I pretended to be a wife.
Yeah, because it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It's like all these people who met me after I was fat and everything, they're like, oh, who is this new guy? And it's like, nah, I'm back to regular. Like, yeah, I'm back to being myself.
So
This
I
is
have
me.
to ask, I'm just going to ask it's a silly question for me to ask because I kind of know the answer, but I'm going to act like I don't know. How did this counseling inform you as a husband, as a father, and as an artist? Has it made an impactful difference?
Oh, definitely. Because I'm able to be myself. I'm able to know myself. I got a truth now. You know what I'm saying? I have a purpose. I'm me now. So I'm able to be myself in those situations. I don't have to be a certain way. So, as people, we think that we have to react a specific type of way to any given circumstance. Oh, my man cheated on me. I have to get upset. I have to be mad. I have to slap somebody.
It's like
These are
preset
things.
emotions.
Preset emotions. If this happens, then I got to do this. If this happens, then I got to do this. And if I don't react like this, then I'm losing power, or I'm this, or I'm that. But actually, the real power is I can react however I want to.
Right. As long as it's authentic and it's true.
Yeah, I can really react however I want to. I don't even gotta. My man cheated on me. My man cheated on me. I could be
I
like,
could just be like, oh, okay.
I can be like Chloe, just be like, all right, I'm gonna stay.
right?
So we, no, you we
Like-
doing our own thing.
A little
Okay,
shade.
cool.
Right,
I wish
right.
you had
A
told me we
little
was
shade.
doing our own thing. But whatever, what you want for dinner? I'm not cooking.
We
but
don't,
we
I,
can go get it.
I don't know how to feel about that, but you know, hey, if that's what you want to do, then I mean, hey, sis, okay, sure. So also, I'm kind of glad you brought the acting because both of you are also actors and really do community theater. Tell us.
Whoa,
Professional theater.
Professional theater. Oh, so we're getting paid.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay.
We're not
we
doing
can't be
community.
out there not getting
Let's make it, they said, let's make it clear.
So
Yeah,
first of all,
don't
I
be
gotta
like
let
people.
you know.
Look, people will be like, can we get them on our
Wait,
show?
wait,
Like,
wait,
nah,
wait,
nah.
wait, wait,
Right.
wait.
Let's
School
make it
me,
clear.
because see, I don't thought my Aunt Sherry gonna get mad at me. Or shout out to Sherry Roulette mostly. You know, she's like an extraordinary actress. She probably slapped me community theater. We get paid, girl. No, I didn't know because see, in my mind,
Union and non-union.
no, oh, okay, in my mind, in my
Make
mental
it
mind,
clear.
Yes.
I had thought
Yes.
that, you know, community theater meant you out here in the community doing theater. I didn't realize that it meant
You was doing
paid
free
versus
theater.
not paid. I didn't
Yeah,
know. So
yeah.
thank you for schooling me on this. So these are
Yeah.
professional paid actors here that we're dealing with.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I
Working with people that have been like on Broadway and stuff.
well, then yeah, then
I've been
I'm
doing
shut
this.
up now.
I've been doing this.
Show.
I've been doing this since elementary, before elementary. For real, I've really been acting, and then professionally since elementary. Seriously, getting paid for it,
Mhm.
leaving school early, like going to trainings, getting taught, like those type of things. I've been doing
You
this.
got
since-
years,
So-
you got years in the game.
Yeah, I've been doing this.
So tell us about this newest offering that you've been in. It debuted last night at Fringe Festival. For those who do not know, Fringe Festival is I believe it's a 2-week. Is it?
Yeah, this week and next week.
It's a 2-week festival celebrating all mediums of art,
Yeah.
performance art, you know, visual, all types of art. So if you are a fan of art in general, there's going to be something in there for you. So
Yes.
definitely we'll put up information about that on the Pros and Birds page, and also you know, they can follow y'all as well. But tell us about this play that you're in.
This is the play's entitled "Be Like Water." It was written by Louis Moreau and it was directed by Nick Hazel. Basically, Louis he wrote a piece about Black people in a different light. So he wanted to see people of color on stage, you know, telling stories that aren't necessarily told. So it's about this lady who is a lieutenant. She goes overseas and she gets captured and she becomes a prisoner of war. And this play is set up 5 years after that. So she's been a prisoner of war for 5 years, and this is her entry back to the real world. And she has to see how the world has changed, how her family has changed, and now she has to see how she's going to adapt to it.
And what part do you play?
I am her husband.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which brings me to another interesting question.
Yes.
So since y'all are both artists and y'all both have done theater, how do you deal with, okay, so if obviously y'all not gonna be playing husband and wife in every daggone show that y'all in. So
If we
what
wanted to,
happens
yeah.
if y'all wanted to? Well,
We did not
wait,
plan on playing
well,
partners at the coterie when we did We Should Not Be Moved. And they,
Yeah.
and
I was like,
I
what
was
the-
so impressed by that, by the way. So many people came up and said, "Oh my goodness, I promise." They bring it back. Take your children to this. It was that daggone good. Yes, I said daggone. Right?
Let's go.
But as far as like being able to like, you know, because you can't politics being what they are in Kansas City,
Mhm.
I can see y'all playing husband and wife just because of the way the politics.
But in life.
But in real life,
Outside, yeah.
you know, that stage thing, you may be playing somebody else's husband. She may be playing somebody
he better
else's wife.
commit.
Right.
Okay,
All
that's-
right.
all right.
Okay.
Because some people might feel some kind of way about that, you know.
No, we've always, again, so we're not, it's so weird, but we really are friends. So we, like, jealousy is just, I don't know, it doesn't, we realize like our work is more important. Like we want to commit to roles. And so like that conversation just come up and we're like, yeah, I would love to play with this counterpart and I would love to be with this counterpart. Like we know
And I
the
can
people
tell,
we want to act next to.
I don't,
We're
I
like,
don't, I don't know if I could tell the story on air. I mean, I have to look like, so remember okay, so all right. All right, we're gonna have a real story time with Rue right now, right? So we did. So when the internet came here,
yeah.
they
Yeah.
came to Lawrence, they came to the Granada.
Oh my God, I was so
We was there.
First of all, this one had the biggest crush on Sid. Sid is
I
a
still
girl.
do.
She is a girl, and she's literally having a full on meltdown. Sid is up there singing. Trey's like, hey, she that's what she wants. And so I was like, wow. I was like, but the thing is, I kept looking at you, waiting for the punchline. It's like, nah, he was dead serious.
No,
Like, he's like, yeah, that's what she would do. I want to see her happy.
Man, Crystal,
genuinely.
Crystal can do what she wants.
So Courage, your son. Oh my gosh, I love him, and I don't know if I want a son like him because he's like.
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all don't want a
super
son
smart.
like Courage. You don't want a husband like Trey, and you do not want a wife like Crystal.
We're
I'm just let y'all
telling
know
you,
right
we're
now.
telling you now.
That ain't what you want. That's
And,
just
that,
not
and
what you want.
well, for those who
Not
don't
what you
know
want.
me, if you haven't figured out, like, okay, one of the things I fell in love with your project Aqua Lover was the cover.
Mhm.
The cover said everything I needed to know because it was just so. We on this porch, I'm chilling. Courage over there in the corner with the Spider-Man outfit on.
Yeah.
There's a hookah. It just,
Right.
You know.
Like,
I
it just
I
felt
saw it.
like the hookah brought me in. I mean, it drew me in, and then everything
That was
else
her
just kinda,
idea.
It was just like, but it
Yeah, he
felt
was just kind of
so.
chilling, like.
It felt so like, this is like we out here. That's what it felt like, and I was
Yeah.
like, and I loved the whole energy of it because it was like, okay, we're not gonna do no glamorous stuff. We're not gonna do like a little headshot or
No,
whatever.
that's us.
No, that's y'all. And I mean, anybody that knows y'all, like, yep, that's them.
Yes.
That's them. But I just love the fact that you guys really are just like legitimately like I can see y'all just being that couple, just like, you know what? If it don't work, we still cool. Like I mean,
genuinely.
like it's kind of weird like that, but
They said they were friends.
man, but
In real life.
Right.
I was like, we might take another quick break because I want to get in as much music as we possibly can because I really want
I want
everybody
to I want to do the shout outs on. We got some Facebook Live.
Who we got?
Who we got?
Tashika Clayton Taylor.
Hey, Tiki,
Yeah,
that's my
she
cousin.
says Trey is my cousin, and I am proud of him. And then Trey's mom again. She said she is proud of you guys and your transparency.
Oh.
And that's it.
Okay,
We have some other
it's
watchers, but they're
it's
not
a family affair, and when we get back from the break, after we listen to one more nice little track off of Aqua Mother.
What track you want to
We'll play the second single, Suspect.
Ooh.
Yes, Scrubs 2.0, Hair and Medical.
2.0.
Okay, so we gonna listen
We
to that.
gotta switch around because that's not the one.
Yeah,
That's
so
not the
but
one you think.
that's not the
me.
one.
Yeah, it's not the one.
I mean, we can play it, but that's not
I
what
mean,
you
No, it's
said.
all good, but I would
Whatever
say,
you have.
but since we, but I would say it's like. I do want to get a little lighthearted, like when she's queuing that up. So when she's queuing that up, we're gonna keep it a little lighthearted after like the break. Then you brought up family,
Yeah.
so we gonna talk about that. That y'all know nationally too, like what I'm saying.
You know.
From that little game show. By that
Oh my
Yes.
God.
We're
I
gonna
didn't
talk
even see
about-
that one coming.
Because I gotta throw in a wrench. That's
Yeah.
how I do.
Thank you.
So of course, so we got it queued up now. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go into Suspect again. It's on the radio. Alchemist?
Oh, we're not.
No, we're not gonna do that. Okay, because DJ such and such Serenity decided to make an
Let's
executive
do
decision.
Alchemist.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay, let's do
Let's
Alchemist.
do Alchemist.
Look, they're all cold tracks, so it doesn't
Right.
matter. So Alchemist and
Featuring
featuring
Duncan Burnett.
Duncan Burnett. Again, we're on the radio. Listen to Aqua Mother. Check it out. You gonna cut my mic off? That's what you gonna do? Damn, Serenity.
No, we don't have, the signal is like,
I don't really care.
I had turned my signal off, so there's
I
no way
don't
no
really
nobody.
care.
I'm
Listen,
sorry.
That's why I was
listen,
like, that's
next
how
Saturday, look at next Saturday it is your show, but this Saturday it is mine.
No, and I was just saying, that's why
Same
we
with
said
me.
something that I didn't have. I saw,
Ain't nobody come here to see you.
Right.
Otis. So I'm playing with you.
Ain't nobody coming to see you.
Otis. Everybody come to see you, Otis. You know they want the voices. They always want the voices.
Yo.
But yes.
Yo, I'm real proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
such a good
you.
interview.
You were really good.
Well, I try to look. I talk.
Yeah, you do. This makes so
But
much sense.
This
You-
is like
but blame-
Because we used to do this at the hookah
Hookie Bar,
spot.
but blame her because she was like, "Do you want a radio show?" I said, "Do I want one?" I
Yes.
said, "Can I do one?" She's
Yeah.
like, "You can do one." I was like,
You definitely can.
Okay.
I'm like,
I
you can do
I'm
all
so
No.
glad that
No.
you did, because
I'm glad that you kept the same energy. Like you ain't stopped, you ain't slowed down. Like you've been moving. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Because the best thing I can tell you, like, and
They
then I
kicked us off the radio.
can.
What?
I heard. I don't. They ain't
somebody
flourishing.
bought out our spot.
They ain't flourishing no way.
They came. 'cause
Somebody
they
bought
ain't
out our
right.
spot and we didn't get paid for
On
getting
what?
those here.
I'm assuming another
I mean, those
station.
listeners.
That's true.
A pastor bought our
A
spot.
pastor doing a lot of money. So like that, we literally didn't have no choice. Is this
No,
a radio?
no. He wish he could.
It's I could.
You could.
say
Come on,
okay.
we keep on.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I ain't.
We'll say it.
Oh, I mean, the sound is.
I will
I
call
make sure
out
because I know what's here.
Yeah, for a lot of money that we did not.
that we didn't see.
That's super.
They say I
trash.
want this time. Like, when do y'all have the
We
most
made
listeners? And it was
That's
on our.
trash.
You know
It
we
was on
made
our
it.
show.
Anyway.
Politics.
That's super
Yeah,
trash.
you know,
That's you know what.
people don't even gotta do us wrong. That's the
I was like, you
thing.
could have broke us off some bread. We
You
could have moved to a
gotta
different
do-
spot. And like, you
Y'all
get
talking
paid
about a
enough.
podcast or something?
Like we gonna take care of you.
No,
Not
the
yet.
radio
Not
station.
yet.
We said, are we
We
going to
wanna-
start?
we wanna-
I said, have you thought about a podcast?
Yeah,
Not
not
yet.
yet. Not yet. Just trying to stay focused. But it's a thing.
Right,
Yeah.
but,
I'm gonna be
I
talking.
always said, like, look, when people are like Amanda Seals called it multi-hyphenates.
Yeah.
Like when you just have the ability to kind of do, things will come in the season it's supposed to come.
Yeah.
Like, people ask me if I'm going to do a podcast, like when it comes, like I don't,
When it's time to.
because I don't want to do anything half.
Yeah.
Like, I want to give my full energy
And
to it,
also,
but
don't
like,
let people silence
I'm just
you.
like, look,
That's
it's
it.
gonna,
If
it's gonna come when
I
it
had
comes.
a-
Like, I'm not worried about
If
that.
I had a
wave right
wave
now.
with my situation, I wouldn't be back on the radio now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
That's some trash.
I'm glad y'all here.
Yeah.
You know, we do.
proud of y'all black women.
Don't do this.
Like, whatever.
Anyway, so where we at time wise?
We still have like 15.
15 seconds?
Mhm.
And we are back. You was just listening to The Alchemist from the Aqua Mother EP dropped last week.
Sure.
Crystal. Chill. Sorry. Random voices. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
as we
it's-
said, they're all dope tracks.
Yes,
So
they're all
whichever
dope
one
tracks.
we were
Please
gonna
make
play,
sure you go and get that.
you were gonna
Enrich it.
love it.
Yeah.
Once you listen to me and then you listen to my sister and Miss Sherry Purpose Hall coming up at the top of the hour,
Oh,
you will go and listen to the Aqua Mother. Keep that black girl magic energy.
let's keep
Right.
Keep it going.
Let's keep it.
going.
Yeah.
So again, you are listening to Rue on the Radio, 98.5 KUAW FM. You are listening with me, Serenity, Trey, Crystal. We all familiar now.
Yeah.
We all
Yeah.
familiar.
We family now.
We family now. You know, they invited to, who make it with potato salad? We don't know.
We don't know, but we can.
No,
There's no raisins in it.
As long as ain't no bacon.
Ain't no
He said ain't no raisins in it.
No raisins.
But wait, hashtag bump your raisins. I can't say what I want to say, but bump your raisins.
Right. No raisins.
Anyway, but we were talking about family, and obviously, the family shouted you out a little bit on the Facebook Live feed.
Sure.
Y'all was on Family Feud.
Yeah.
Oh, where we?
Talk about that experience.
Did we
Like,
do that?
'cause I didn't get a chance to see it live, but I was like,
Did you see it at all?
I didn't get it because listen.
You know it's on YouTube.
Okay, well, I want to see it. Send me the link, please, because I want to see
Oh,
that. 'Cause I was
wow.
like, because I just want to
No.
know.
So
How was it meeting the stash and the
Yo.
bald head Steve Harvey?
that energy is crazy.
It really is.
His
Right.
his professionalism, his
His performance,
Him.
authenticity.
yeah, he is. He's another level of
A host.
man. Just of I can't.
Yeah, it's like when you meet people like you, and you're like, dang,
But it's like
you're
you
really good.
you
Like, you
times
know what
10.
you're doing.
like you are impressive because people have told you was impressive, but then you get really impressed.
Like, you actually work as hard. Like, you work hard to be this good.
He was making up entire jokes with the setup and a punchline and everything off the top of his head, based off of just random things
Something
that
we
we
were talking
saying.
about is Kansas City. Like, he found out we was from Kansas City. He had a whole story about Kansas City. Like, and so
McDonald's
when they
toast
filmed the
roast.
show,
What?
yeah,
He went
yes, he
specific.
went in. He had a whole.
Okay.
He went in on the McDonald's on the Yes. He was like, "Where is it at? It's on the other side." And he described it, and we was like, "Oh yeah, that McDonald's." So when they film us like while we're doing the game show,
Mhm.
but in between the time, there's still audience. There's an audience there watching, and
Really?
he's giving jokes. So like he's doing stand up.
Yeah, because he has
Wow.
the audience.
Yeah.
Right,
So he's doing stand up for the audience while they're like fixing our makeup and giving us water and stuff.
Yeah,
it's
y'all
really-
giving the behind the scenes of
That's
if you've
what's
never
up.
been on a
Yeah.
I always
It's
wondered,
so
cause I always wondered, cause one of the things I noticed, like, 'cause I don't watch Family Feud like a lot, but
Mhm.
I'll be home.
Yeah.
We be back to back, Joe.
Yeah.
You never know.
You kind of get sucked in
You gotta
with
get
the black
sucked in.
family.
Right.
You're like, oh,
and
let me see if they win.
and that was the part. I was like, I wonder, like, did he feel like he was giving energy more to y'all?
Oh, he
Oh,
definitely.
yeah.
Everybody
Everybody know that.
Everybody
To the black
in there
folk.
was giving more energy
To the
to
black
to our family. Like they thought we
Word.
were going to win.
Ah.
Like everybody was like, I'm
Atlanta.
so in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Okay, well, of course. Yeah, that makes sense.
They moved it to Atlanta for him.
For him.
Oh, okay. I
Okay.
didn't know that.
Because I thought they were filming in like Cali or something
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
they were.
For him and stuff. Look, it was just Family Feud is that deal. Steve Harvey is that deal. The
He
only
pretty-
thing
they
that
pretty
messed
much-
us
he basically
up.
shaved that show.
Who lost the show?
My cousin.
You want to
I'm gonna be honest though, it wasn't just your cousin; it was also your brother-in-law. So,
yeah,
like, he
Palacios
like-
dropped the
He
ball.
like alley-ooped it to
Because we were
her.
winning, and then they
We was
told us
winning bad,
this is what
like,
happened.
we was winning
Say,
bad.
tell us what
They
happened.
came up, the producers were like, okay, y'all are winning. Go ahead and finish it off. Like, they was like, don't let it get to sudden death. Just go ahead and win this round. Like, they were,
Because if I'm not mistaken, the other team had
the other team
zero.
had 0. We had 243 points. We
Yeah.
only
We were
needed,
winning.
we
Y'all were
only
up
needed
three.
to get,
Y'all were up three.
yeah, we only
Y'all were
needed,
up
we
three.
were up 3 because my sister was the captain. She went first,
Oh,
and then
man.
I got my round, and then Trey got his round, and then it was my brother-in-law, and he lost his round, and then it was my cousin because we had to do sudden death.
And she
And
lost,
she lost the round
buzzer
because she
beater.
didn't practice her buzzer
She
hit.
didn't practice.
I'm sorry, Erin, but you didn't
We
practice
told
your
her-
buzzer
You
hit.
know the game show, and I be ready.
We told
Like,
everybody
we
to
playing-
We was
practice.
practicing, y'all. We was practicing for months. When we figured out we was gonna be on the
He was
show,
doing this.
we was practicing our buzzer hands for real
Oh,
for months
man.
before. And then the night before, we was all practicing, and she went
She
and got her
wouldn't
hair done and
participate.
stuff, and she went.
That's the death of all.
If you
That's
your
just
own
like
family.
It be your own- it's all-
hair bid is the bane of all black women.
It's
experience.
all love,
So
though,
much stuff
like-
is undone. So many things go left because I had to get my hair did. You know, that's what it is.
But it
I
was all
love-
love. Like
yeah.
she looked good. We all looked
We
good.
gonna
It
bring
was
it back.
a
We
was
gonna
a
bring
really
it back.
fun time. And I ended up messing up somehow, and so it ended up being one of the top 5 funniest moments of Family Feud in 2016.
Okay, well, we gonna look that up.
So-
At least I'm gonna personally look it up. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
message you, be like, haha, that's funny.
Yeah, it's
Steve went in on it.
Steve went in. He
So,
cracked a lot of jokes.
I imagine. So I was gonna ask you. We're gonna go ahead and bring it back to y'all because I'm
Yeah.
not,
Yes.
Yeah.
part of cool, but
Cool.
biggest influences, like individually, it could be, and since y'all are, we talked about this off air, a lot of off air conversation, multi-hyphenates.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, rapper slash rap actor slash
Yeah.
mother slash
Yeah.
daddy slash, I ain't gonna say nothing else because I don't want to get FCC'd out here, slash. Anyway, what are y'all like? Is like artistically, as far as like acting, music.
Yeah.
Who are y'all influences? As far as
You first?
Yeah, I go first. So I really like the era when like this Harlem Renaissance era where everybody was like really good at everything. So like you're like Nina Simone and like your Eartha Kitt, like they were like, oh, you're a really good entertainer. And then you're really good activist, and then you're really good, you're a mom, and then you're really transparent about like the things that you're going through. And I love that. Lena Horne, all of them are just like inspirations for me. And then like new school, like just derivatives of that. And so of course, I mean, if you don't stand for B, I don't know where you live. Like y'all just look okay. Look, I'm a stand for my girl Beyonce because I've seen her come up from the ghetto of Destiny Child and like
Ghetto.
girl.
Child,
Yeah.
Child,
I need to hit the side real quick from Blackish.
Right.
Look, you know
What?
her
Go
previous,
ahead.
her old interviews where
Go
she
ahead.
definitely
Go
probably
ahead.
was high
Remember.
and she was being goofy.
Remember the
Oh my
early
god, I love
2000s.
seeing that like Beyonce's transformation, and then she's like a really great performer. So
Yeah,
I mean,
she
it's
is.
like
She's really talented.
yo, I can't discredit that. And then like the Diana Rosses and like I love Issa Rae and Sid, I'm in love with
It's too
Sid.
many. We have a lot.
If
We
you're
did.
out there.
All right, so for you,
Inspiration.
oh, she making her play. She's
Right.
shopping shit right
Right.
now.
If you out there, Sid, I love you.
Oh, you so mad. Anyway, so Trey, what
Does
about
that,
you?
does that work? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, it
you
works
gotta
for somebody.
say, hey.
Mhm.
So, yeah, my influences, doggone, for real, everybody, everything, because this, I mean, I can go in, it's like
Spike Lee.
Spike Lee, Bruce Lee, doggone,
That's fair.
it's
Keep it Lee.
serious.
Keep it Lee. I got you.
Shoot, Denzel, of course, but like, not only that, but like,
Jay-Z.
I hate to, Jay-Z, of course.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was trying to avoid that corny. He's like,
Jay-Z,
he's gonna say Jay-Z.
Will Smith.
No, but that's the thing.
That's fair.
You know, Will Smith, doggone, just Ice Cube, Big Sean, Meek Mill. I mean, everybody, I really take it from every artist almost. And then any performer, entertainer, Eddie Murphy.
Mhm.
Like, if we really just pay attention to the stuff that man's done, like, it's just
Yeah.
incredible.
It's incredible.
And
And I think we just came up on is it what? How many years? 30 years since Coming to America came out? Is that where we are? Yeah, I believe so.
That's probably about right.
It's about right. So
Yeah,
I
that's
think
an
they just announced it this
inspiration,
week,
man.
like 30 years this week.
It's almost,
it got
but
released.
I know Blu-ray came out in 92.
92. So we're
So-
coming up on 30 years on that in 2022.
Yeah.
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 Damn, what time going
Damn.
on now?
Nick Cannon is an inspiration. Lil Bow Wow is an
He
inspiration.
really does stand for Lil Bow Wow.
Like-
Okay, I need to unpack that.
They
Yeah.
need to
Explain the
All right, so let me tell
stand
you.
for Bow Wow.
Because I'm a little bit younger than you. I'm like a kid.
Wait,
He's Mr.
time,
106 and Park. We have
time.
kids.
What's up?
I knew you were about to just
What's
air
up?
me out.
No, I'm
on
not
my
there.
own show
I'm not
about
there.
my age.
I'm just saying
I'm
you don't
20 I'm
understand.
29.
You don't understand why I like Lil Bow Wow. There's a disconnect somewhere.
He is Mr. 106 and Park.
I'm just
I
saying.
can't air that on my own show. I'm still back there. They said I'm a little
Soulja Boy.
bit younger than
Look,
you.
look, I like
Which
Soulja
insinuates
Boy.
what?
I like Soulja Boy. That's an inspiration. Look at your face.
In real life,
That's
Soulja
a- that's
Boy
an
is
inspiration.
Wait,
to me.
okay.
It's like these rags to riches
Okay.
type story. It's
I
like
watched-
That could be.
It's like,
I
see
watched them go
kids.
from nothing
Yeah,
to
I
like.
see what you're saying.
I-
Soulja Boy? Oh.
I
I mean,
can
we could-
appreciate the come up. I can always appreciate the come up.
The
It
hustle.
still
the,
don't
Yeah.
negate the fact that the songs are
Whoa,
trash.
whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. You
Soulja
cannot
Boy
say.
Dilla is not
Oh, no, that don't get any
Okay, so I have to ask
this
you.
right
So
here.
do we have to go
is
here?
not-
Huh? Say.
Uh,
Hey, okay.
What?
Hey, yeah.
Like what?
Hey,
Beyonce even said like she at the end of
Even though I heard he supposedly might have stolen
she quoted
that
she
song.
quoted
Soulja
she quoted
Boy.
Soulja Boy. Like she
I
know what's
heard
up.
he supposedly stole that song.
Hop up
Who-
out the
who's-
bed, turn my
You
swag
didn't hear
on.
everybody
What?
stealing that song?
Okay, he probably stole that one. He didn't steal Superman. Who he stole that
Well, of
from?
course, no.
He didn't steal.
y'all, okay, so we could get off the rails here really easily.
Yeah, right.
Because
We also troll very well.
Yeah, oh yeah. We
Y'all
do.
do. Apparently.
No,
'cause
but
you about to make me jump out.
Lil Bow
I was
Wow.
in my feelings, you want me to jump out of my feelings, jump back in my
Okay,
feelings.
real quick though,
7
Lil Bow
times over.
Wow changed a lot of things for a lot of people. He brought a lot of people, gave a lot of people a lot of shine. Lil Bow Wow did a lot of things for a lot of kids. He changed a lot of things. He gave us
Mike.
style. He gave us a sound. Like he gave us, things to
Bow Wow is
hope
like
for.
a cultural, like he's a
You don't remember all the little boys was running around with braids in their
Okay.
heads?
We gonna look. We can go off the rails. We are
We
literally.
have to do a part
we
two.
have to do a part two with
Yeah,
y'all
that's
because
right.
literally it's been too much
Yeah, well, I'm
fun.
not-
So we gonna wrap it up. Again. This is Roll the Radio with Crystal and Trey.
Yeah.
Tell everybody about where they can find y'all individually or collectively. Tell again what your projects are. This is your opportunity to let the people know what it is and what it ain't.
Right. So everywhere the Awkward Mother is available, streamable, and you can buy it on iTunes. There'll be physical copies soon, and you'll be able to find out when the physical copies come in. If you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, my Facebook is Crystal with a KH. So literally, my name is KHRYSTAL. So it's Crystal with a KH. And you can find out about all of my shows that I have coming up. The next one is August 15th. It'll be a super great show. So if y'all go follow me on those stuff.
Where's it gonna be at?
I suck
To
at
be
that.
determined?
Yep.
Okay.
No,
we got you.
it's a place, but I can't remember where it's at.
The girl's so busy she don't even
You
know.
got an address, don't know.
And then I have shows coming up, Comedy City next week. and some plays that are happening with the Casey Melting Pot for this season.
Shout out to Mr. Harvey Williams
Oh,
at Casey
yeah.
Melting Pot. Yes,
Mr.
yes.
Harvey.
And then what about you, Trey?
Yeah. Okay. So we got Be Like Water. That's the Fringe Fest. We're gonna be doing that at Crown Center at the MTH stage number 2. Okay. So y'all come through, come check us out. The remaining dates are the 21st of this month, the 22nd, the 25th, and the 28th. So make sure y'all come out. It's gonna be a good show.
Support Black theater, y'all. Please
Also,
do.
I'm doing Comedy City, so I got a show next week, Saturday the 28th at Comedy City. If y'all want to come check me out, 9:30 p.m. Also, I'm a part of a couple more shows with KC Melting Pot Theater. We got some stuff coming up. We've got radio golf coming up here for the fall, and Funny House of a Negro in the spring. So we're doing some things.
Yes. Again, I've always said this. I mean, they probably won't say it for themselves, but I think that it is safe to say that y'all are kind of like relationship goals, low key, and you guys are like adorable. I love you guys both. Again, Crystal's Awkward Mother has dropped. Please go get that. Please go see Trey's play, Be Like Water. Support the art, support Black love. Again, support me. Her name is Miss Angela Rue.
Yeah.
I'm out here. I take Venmo. No, I do.
Doing it.
No, I'm just saying. But Serenity, you got anything coming up?
No,
Are we all?
just
Are we?
the radio
We're all
show.
dried out. Let's say again.
Yeah.
But listen to Serenity show. Speak
Yes,
on it.
yes.
It's next Saturday at
Yep.
noon in this place.
Right.
She's hosting. I sometimes come on with my shenanigans, but she is in the driver's
I
seat.
love your shenanigans.
Yeah, everybody loves my shenanigans sometimes. But again, you're listening to Rule on the Radio. Coming up at the top of the hour, it is the Gospel of Poets with Sherry Purpose Hall, Black Girl Magic Power Block. I can't talk right now. But again, thank you guys for listening. We'll catch y'all next month. Do we have music? Serenity. I say Serenity. Okay, there we go.
Well, we're like about to cut into one. It's 1 o'clock.
All right, well,
I don't know where
we're going
they
to do
at.
some quick photos because that's what we do.
Yeah.
It's like the Soul Train Wall.
Over there.
No, we over there.
All right.
Because it's like there's not a whole lot of us, so we're going to do some quick photos and then I got to go see that.
Sleep. Oh, see, babe.
Bay. Because we're going to go see Sorry About It.
That was a good movie.
Don't say a word.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
That was fun.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's like, because I'm like, hey, this is one of the few times I wish I had 2 hours. Like, sometimes.
Yeah, finished up.
Yes, you
Yeah,
did.
where? I don't know where.
How was the
Installation.
yeah, at the church?
It was good.
That's good.
It was good. They had a lot
Yeah,
of pomp and circumstance.
That's what I was like,
I didn't know they did all of that.
that's why I didn't want to go. Like, because I've been to one of those. I was like, and I went to one that was Church of God in Christ. So it was real, like.
Yeah, because I think